coaster first.
for sure.
Yeah. When it comes to gift
Jinx.
giving, double jinx.
Doesn't that mean I can't talk?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, when you jinx somebody, you have
Really?
to say their name like 3 times or something until they can talk.
Back it,
again.
back it, back it, back it, back it. I don't know.
I know. Who listening plays Wordle?
If you're a Wordle player, the all elusive get it on the first try. It's happened to me once.
It's happened to me twice.
Happened to you twice, and then your entire family decided to April Fool's me, and everyone shared the what it was, and then did it and only got it in one, and then shared it and was like, "Oh, we all got it in one today."
Was that when you stopped playing with the family?
That's when
It was all part of it. We have a family group chat, and he literally for Wordle. We have other family group chats, but he didn't want to leave the group chat. He didn't want to be kicked out, but he didn't want to play either.
Well, you know what it is? It's like in the morning, you get into routines. And the routine is I was always, get up, play Wordle, was like one of the first things I do. But I was staring at my screen and
yeah, but you're making an excuse like, yeah, I was done playing Wordle. But the reality is he was secretly playing Wordle. He just wasn't sharing it with the family.
yeah.
Jesse cottoned on to you the other day because he made his biggest record.
I hit 120
And she
consecutive.
was like, how is that possible?
You just started playing again.
You just
It's like,
started playing again.
I actually never stopped playing. I just wanted to take a break from the competition aspect of it.
Yeah.
Because I can't post in there and not be competition in my life. So it was competition. Yeah. So it was more of me getting away from a little bit of competitiveness so I could shift my competitiveness to other parts of my life. I figured that's what I was doing.
Like sales and business.
Yeah, pretty much like keeping everything going, focused. We got software to launch, people.
There you go. Speaking of family group chats, we were leaving last week and said we'd
Oh,
touch
we had
on this
ended
week,
with
but it was
this.
so funny the other day. So my family all has summer birthdays. By the way, ignore my massive sweatshirt. I tried to look presentable today, but it's absolutely freezing here in
And
Florida.
she stole mine. Chivalry is not dead.
There you go.
I'm your shining knight. You can borrow my sweat jumpsuit thing anytime you want.
Your zip up.
My hoodie.
There
You can borrow my hoodie anytime you want.
Oh, I was going to say my parents messaged, we're all summer birthdays, and they messaged in February and they were like, hey, like really important message. I need you to pay attention to what I'm about to say. It was like so serious. And then it was like, we do not want birthday presents. And I was like, what? I literally called my sister. I was like, in what world are mom and dad sitting around in February having
Out
a
of the
serious
blue.
conversation? And they're like, you know what? We need to text the family that we're no longer accepting celebratory gifts. And I just thought it was so hilarious. So then, anyway, my sister ends up telling me she may have provoked it with a phone call they had the day before because my sister seems to be a little birthday bah humbug. And, well, I shouldn't say that. She's all about the kids now. She's like, oh, forget about it.
I think every family goes from the transition to that. On my side, there's been kids for 20 years. So
Yeah, and so no one's
like
done birthdays
we've never
for adults.
celebrated adult birthdays
you
or
do for the
presents
kids.
or anything like
Yeah.
that. And even for the kids, there was a point where it was just like, hey, we're all good. Like instead of sitting there buying 10 presents, let's just buy for your own families and we'll just have fun when we get together type of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just not been gifts for 15 years, which I kind of like. That's why I've enjoyed it so much with your family, because it was kind of like, hey, let's all buy gifts for people. I'm like, hey, I'm in. Because if I'm buying gifts, that means I'm getting gifts.
Well, that was hilarious because so in this text, I just put some crying, laughing faces like, okay, nice PSA. And then my sister responds and she's like, I agree. No gifts for me either. So
I'm like, whoa.
So
Speak for
we've
yourself.
talked about it before, but like I have these moments in life where like I need something and I'm not going to buy it for myself. So I add it to the
You're one
to
of the few
Becky
people I
gift
know
list.
that there's a shared note
Yeah.
for the the Becky gift list.
Yeah, I am
the-
one
the
big
Geffy.
gift. Yes, exactly. And so, anyway, I thought maybe that would have been a good time to remind everybody of my gift list. And while everyone said no birthday gifts, I just reshared the note of everything I'm expecting in August.
Well, you
I'm
know,
like, what the fuck is
but it's
this?
also been one of those things to try to find really cool gifts for your dad.
Well,
where-
that was the joke too. My dad, he loves wildlife and he does puzzles and everything.
I
So
spend
when it
all
first came
year
across,
looking for something.
you're pretty good at gifting for my dad, but when it first came across, I said to my sister, I was like, "You think Dad got one too many puzzles, and he's just doesn't want anything else in the house?" But you don't get him
could
puzzles.
be.
You one year he literally got him a deer feeder and like a huge salt lick thing.
That
and
was
for
the very
years,
first gift I ever got him.
You really,
I
you,
went-
you,
he rode the best roller coaster first.
for sure.
Yeah, when it comes to gift
Jinx.
giving, double jinx.
Doesn't that mean I can't talk?
Oh, I have no idea. Is
Yeah,
that
when
what
you jinx somebody, you have
Really?
to say their name like 3 times or something until they can talk.
back it,
again.
back it, back it, back it, back it.
Got it. I talked anyway. There's never been a time in my life, I don't care what the rules are, where I've ever shut up.
That's the truth. Although I will tell you, you're a little slower today. I can feel your energy. Like my energy is like about to explode
I
out of my
was
body.
very excited.
And you're-
I'm going through something. It's called motherhood. It's hitting hard today.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's true.
It is true.
Yeah.
It's very much true.
Without going into too much detail, I'm in physical pain.
I'm sleep deprived and in physical pain.
Forget the sleep. I don't care about that.
But what's funny is that we had messaged your parents about something else, and they said, "We'll give you an answer after we hear you talk about the presents on the podcast."
Well, they didn't know it was the presents. We just said, "Oh yeah, leave that till next week." So they were sitting there going, "Oh gosh,
Oh gosh, what's
What are they
happening?
gonna say?
So now you know. We've had a good chuckle about it. You know what? Who are you to tell me I can't buy you a gift?
Well, then I was sitting there saying I was going to add my gift list, and my mom was like, "Oh, we didn't say we wouldn't buy you gifts. We just don't want gifts ourselves."
Well,
And I
I
actually
took it as
said-
that. I did not take it at all as
No, neither
like,
did I.
hey, let's
No.
all forego gifts. It was more of a,
Yeah, well, Jesse,
hey, we're grandparents. We don't want gifts anymore. We're going to, actually it was the wording was actually much more like this. It was, hey, don't buy us gifts. You have families now. Spend it on them.
yeah, it was nice.
But
I was going to say,
I just want you to know I'm
something.
spending all your gift money on something else cool.
Oh, I know what I was going to say is that we always, since we live close, which is very nice.
We
to
try to do
my parents,
experiences.
we try to do experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my sister was like, if I had that opportunity, I would. But I
But
think
we've done that
that's-
for like Christmas. It depends on what the opportunity is.
Yeah, but I think that's really big. It's like, I enjoy the time that we have with everyone that we're close to, friends
We should
and
totally
family.
take them back to Epcot.
Yeah.
Abs needs to go to see the world.
Oh my gosh. We'll show her the real world. A whole new world. No, but I think that it's important that you do create experience. It doesn't even have to be a birthday. It's just like if there's something going on that would be fun to go to, like as a group, even if it costs a little money, I feel like it's so worth it.
It's so much fun.
You'd
to do
spend
things,
that
people.
like going out to dinner anyway. So if there's like random pop-ups or whatever, it's
Yeah.
totally worth it.
I think for because we can't go on the boat for St. Patrick's Day, we should rent a limo.
Did you not see there's a whole group text going on about St. Patty's Day at the winery right now? At
No,
Lake Placid.
No,
It's
when's St.
happening
Patrick's Day?
the weekend of the 15th and the 16th. It's the 17th. It's not this weekend. It's next weekend.
Okay, but St. Patrick's Day is not on the weekend.
It's the Monday, I think.
Okay, but I did see what you're talking about, but I did not see any reference to St. Patrick's Day in the message.
Okay, I got a private message.
Oh yeah, that happens sometimes. Now it's coming.
What?
All these private messages,
I'm talking shit about you.
Probably.
Wow, do I really carry this much energy?
I'm telling you, you're so depleted. I feel like
No. What I'm saying is I'm a little off today, but I feel like there's major lulls. Like, am I the one that
yes,
keeps
you're
this?
no.
podcast up?
It's not that you're keeping it up. It's just that I'm going, and it's like
Pretty
it's just like woo. nothing. It's like so intense.
I feel like I'm giving
And then it's,
something.
You know,
So,
you're kind of slumped over too. Like your posture's not the greatest. I think, you know what I think it is? It's the hoodie. He put on this hoodie and it's like he just like,
you know what I need
what's
to
up,
do?
man? I'm
I
so
need to-
chill
I need to
now.
put the hood up. Okay, now I'm ready.
Oh my gosh.
I think I should do the rest of the podcast like
You
this.
can do it like that.
Honestly, this
I think most
this-
people listen; they don't watch. So,
Well-
although we might get some good clips of,
Yeah, we got
you in
some
the hoodie, you know, make a meme there, throw some glasses.
know.
What's the one girl? You're gonna know what I'm talking about. But there's these people that do these memes or gifs, and there's a woman who's in a hoodie like this with the glasses on, and she lays back and she does the peace sign,
I
and
don't.
people overlay her onto
Other things.
other things.
Well, maybe I can be my own meme.
It's like,
But
please, Lord, no.
speaking of crashing and burning like myself today, how about those planes lately?
That was the worst segue.
No, it
I've
was the
ever-
best.
So,
it was actually the best.
speaking of things flipping upside down and tired and people dying, what about them
No,
planes?
I do feel like I'm dying.
I reviewed your notes and I copied them word for word, and I was thinking to myself, what kind of weird? And this is what she
No,
wrote.
no.
No.
I'll explain it.
I know, but this is what you wrote: planes and crashes, comma. Delta needs an MKT, which I don't know if that's market or whatever, from Coors
marketer.
to come out of this.
Okay, so here's the deal. I thought this was a great opportunity to talk about how marketing can be really powerful.
Let's hear it.
Well, first of all, poor Delta. I mean, here's the thing. It can happen to any,
Any airline?
Yeah, I mean, you hope that they've got like quality checks and stuff and their planes are relatively, new, or at least they're keeping the parts and pieces up to date. There's been so many people posting lately about going on planes and they're like drinking until I can't even walk before I get on this next flight, like based on air traffic control lately, but just breathing through it, breathing through all of it. What I was going to say is that Coors, which is the beer company, Coors Light, did an amazing job. They had a couple of things that happened and they really just like took them and like turned it around. So Coors Light, what?
Like what? I'm waiting.
I'm about to share.
Oh, okay.
This is
okay.
how stories go at home. You're so impatient. I like tee it up and then he's like, what's the punchline? This story's gone on forever.
I know, because sometimes, I can actually know after the first 60 seconds,
if it's gonna be
I
good
do
or
a
not.
mathematical equation that lets me know that it's actually going to be a 23-minute
Shut up.
story.
Okay, well,
Now-
you're elongating my story right now.
And what's worse is,
Now
and
we've
you did this
ruined it.
yesterday, which was you told me a story,
And then I stopped
and then
in
you
the middle.
stopped
I know,
in the
and I
middle,
started
and then
because-
started a second
because I got
story,
distracted.
and I was like, and I literally stopped you, and I go, I'm going to need
Finish
you
the first.
to finish the first story.
Look, I'm not the only woman who does it. But anyway, so Coors has had a couple of great marketing campaigns in the last year. There was one baseball game where someone hit like a homer and it hit the scoreboard and it literally
knocked the lights out,
knocked the lights
and then
out.
they put it on the can.
and then they put it on a can, which was amazing.
Okay, you're hilarious.
Why am I hilarious?
Okay, because them taking an example
No.
of a guy hitting a home run is nothing of a plane flipping upside down, burning crashes, and burning bodies.
Okay.
There's nothing,
No,
there's
first
no
of all, people
marketing to
survived,
get
thank
you
goodness.
out of that.
No, I agree. But then, and the other one's a typo, which is not nearly as bad either, but I'm just commenting.
What was the
on-
typo?
So someone at Coors.
Tell me.
Yeah, I will. They said they spelled Monday wrong.
Okay.
And like it was this huge thing. It like went out. And what they did is they decided to introduce a case of the Mondays spelled wrong. And it was like in this big ad. I want to say it was on a billboard. They spelled Monday wrong.
Okay. Well, maybe that was the tee up
No.
for something they already had planned.
And then they introduced the case of the Mondays after the Super Bowl. You think it was planned?
Absolutely.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not
yes.
going with it.
Oh my gosh.
Either way, creative.
Yeah. No, creative. Someone did it. They got a bunch of free exposure because it was spelled wrong, right? So that someone got free, like, oh, huh, look at you, dummies. Meanwhile, everyone in Coors Marketing is going, haha, they bought it hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, maybe.
We can't wait to show them the case of the Mondays. Like, come on, who comes out with that? By the way,
Okay.
that's genius. I didn't even see the case
Well,
of the Mondays
Delta
commercial.
Delta themselves should start putting all their billboards upside down. Everyone else is doing
Thank the
it.
Lord, you are not in charge of Delta's marketing. We have a new position in our company of opening, chief marketing officer. Actually, it's actually true.
Is this where you're going to tell me you're hiring someone to replace me?
Yeah, I actually didn't replace you. I actually moved you into a new position,
Okay, what's it called?
and I opened up a new CMO position.
What?
Not right now, just like next year.
Okay.
I think there's a better position for you.
You guys, he's literally telling me this.
I'm dropping the bomb
air.
because I can't get hit in public.
I'm not going to hit you. That's fine.
I was thinking chief culture officer.
Oh, love a good culture.
I know. We talk a lot about culture.
It's like that's like the people that you're like, oh, they're in the business. Like the air is pumping out in here. Like we are in the Arctic.
It feels amazing, and you have my sweater, so
Yeah, use that short so people understand why I look like I'm like a hermit.
yeah. Well, we could actually. There is a little bit of cold spell here in Florida, which means no air conditioning rentals. Although we do have about 6 units out in the field right now, which is pretty nice. Because in Florida, it's like 1 second it's winter, and the next second it's summer. So next day it's summer.
Well, it happens.
It's going to be a long. We got like 30 minutes left, and I'm sitting here going, "Oh my gosh!"
No, so education. We got no, seriously. So this has nothing to do with like the Department of Education or what's going on politically right now.
WPE,
What's that?
worst podcast ever.
Oh, maybe Maria will accidentally not have the audio working, so we have to re-record. We'll see.
No, we're fine. We're fine.
But
Go ahead.
no, what I was going to say is that I was looking into options. I mean, we've talked about this a little bit, probably a very long time ago with education, like future education for children and just in general. Not only for children, like looking forward, but looking back on people that we know today and do they have student debt? What was their plan? How did they get to
Right.
where they are? And what, seems to be successful, which is different for everybody. But there is a Florida prepaid program, and you can start paying into account today.
Yep.
And
And in 18 years, you are the proud owner of full tuition, 4 years of tuition,
yeah, it depends on the kind that you
2
get.
years tuition.
There's a 2-year program. There's a 4-year program. And then if you
What
don't
are we
go
doing?
in state, 4-year.
We're doing the 4 year.
I'm like shaking.
Well, this thing's got pockets. Put your hands in there.
Anyway, yeah. So what I was going to say is that, do you believe in that? They can use it to go like out of state, or I think if they don't go to school at all, which I should really look into
You
this,
basically get
they
your
can-
money
you can
back
get your
with
money
zero
back.
interest.
But what you're doing is you're locking in today's rates. That's the benefit of it. You don't know, like, what if, it's
Well, it's not that you're locking in today's rates. It's like you're buying credit hours at today's rates. So,
Right.
assuming that, credit hours are $400 and in the future credit hours are $1,000 and your child goes to school, then you've made, 100% return on your money, which isn't bad for 18 years, although technically money doubles every 7 years at 6%. Or so is it 7%? Anyways.
no idea.
The point is that, yeah, it could have doubled and doubled again. But you said, hey, I'd like to do this. And, we talked about it briefly in the office is like when I have 2 adult kids, and when they were younger, didn't have the money to do like Florida prepay, did not have the money. Probably did have the money, but I'd rather had the big house at that time. So it was
Had the
like,
what?
Big house. Rather have
Big house.
Yeah. I also bought a convertible sports car. So maybe they could have had
What was
tuition,
that again?
prepaid
The
tuition.
Solstice or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I
like
loved
an
that car.
interesting choice.
Oh, I
at the
loved
time.
that car.
Can we turn the air off?
Yes, we could turn the air off. If we could ask Maria
Megan.
to turn the air
It's
off.
pumping out.
Okay.
Is everyone else freezing?
No one else is freezing. They're all in the comfort of their homes, and their
Maria's in a
sweaters and warmth.
t-shirt.
We're all good. Yeah.
She's used to it. She's acclimated to your tundra.
She's acclimated to the tundra, that's for sure. Anyway, so what's your point with college for all? The fact that we're doing it, or we're
No, just
trying to do it,
what
or-
your thoughts are of like trade school. It's like there are so many
I am
people who-
100% for trade school. I've thought a lot about like what the school system is, what
And
the
even, like,
value
work
is, and work
experience.
experience.
Yeah.
And I really plan on And even before, I tried really hard to let Bree know, and even Tyler, that I am available if you're to help you pursue your entrepreneurial ventures. Like, I have never not turned them down if they wanted to do something. As a matter of fact, Bree, as she's older and pursued a degree, then that's the thing, right? The degree has to align. It doesn't have to align, but it makes it a lot easier if her degree is aligned with what I'm doing, so that I can extend whatever benefit or help that I can in my position or my station in life at that time. Now, her as an accountant, who is doing our books already, I've already kind of talked to her about, like, what are the things that we could do that would set her up for success over the next 10 years, where she could have her own accounting firm, have hundreds, if not thousands of clients through our franchises, and really be set up for life, And that's probably one of the biggest gifts, other than my undying Waverling love, that I could probably give her.
Absolutely.
Is setting her up.
Success.
And I've supported her through college and the changes there, and also, threatened her husband to make sure that he was doing what he needed to do, right? So I'm there for support.
And he's doing great.
No, they're both doing great. They're both doing
Yes.
really great. And so when it comes to this next generation of Abbotts that we're raising here, my thought is that I really want to kind of bring them in. I did not, even though I always coded young and had side projects, I didn't have a company young. So I couldn't bring them in. Matter of fact, the first time that that I brought Bree into a company was I would take them. We had a bunch of rental. We had a rental
your
property company.
management company. Yeah.
And I would take them to when we clean them out and everything else. And the idea is that they could see how other people live, because sometimes we live in bubbles. And when we live in
Most
bubbles,
of the time we live in
we don't
bubbles.
understand. One, you and I don't realize how the people who live above us, how amazing their life potentially is.
When he says above us, he does not mean like the floor above us. We don't live in an
No,
apartment.
I'm talking about people who make just obscene amounts of money. Like, we're not into that. We don't know what that life's like.
No.
And just like we don't know what the life
the
is of
fuck
people
you
who
rich
don't.
population.
Why you got to curse him? I'm like a really good monologue right now.
I'm so
and we're
sorry.
talking about, like, we just don't know what other people in these other classes, how they live. So I wanted to expose the kids to that. So they can have an appreciation of where we were at in life, and know that if they don't work hard, that they could end up in some of these places. We had a lot of Section 8. We had people, and we'd walk in and there'd be pizza boxes and pizza on the floor and food and filth and diapers and stains. Like, it was like some rough stuff. And for them, I thought it would be good to expose them to that, so that they knew that, hey, there is this entire different world. So when I look now and bringing, like, Abs up, it's like, hey, I kind of see her as 5 years old in the office, and emptying trash cans and, picking up things and having little light chores and getting introduced to it. If we raise them up in the company, and depending on what they wanted to be in life, it was, hey, I need to go to a trade school. I need to get these certifications. I need to go to college. I would support whatever path they were, as long as the end point was them being able to be successful on their own. So I'm okay with setting money aside and doing all these things and setting up for success. And actually, we were talking about it in the office just the other day, those of us that show up. And we were talking specifically about how, as a company, we can actually pay our new daughter, it's like $13,000 a year tax-free. And we do that today. And then that money, it's a write-off for us. And then that money then goes into like a 529 plan and prepaid Florida plan, an IRA, Roth IRA. And we could literally do that for 18 years. And at the end of the 18 years mark, we can just stop. And at that point in time, we'll have something like 180 grand or something. That would be saved up. I think it's actually more. But at that point, when they turn 30, they'll have $1 million. And that would be a gift that you and I have bestowed upon them, because of where we're at in life. Now, in the case of Bree, I look and go, I wasn't able to give that to her. I wasn't able to set her up for success that way. One, I probably didn't have the education to know to do it. And two, I didn't have the money
That's
to
what I was
do
going
it.
to say. I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, exactly. So
How would you?
But I think she's going to end up probably ahead of the curve, because she's going to end up as an adult getting a lot of the rewards that I'm able to do today for her. So it'll all end up even in the end. And so Bree's gonna be like, Dad, I heard you say like the, app's gonna get $1 million. Like, could I get like a down payment on my $1 million?
Well, and you're saying that, I don't mean to say facetiously, because we hope that that's the case, but that's what comes with owning a business. And we haven't started doing anything yet.
No, we haven't
That's-
done anything.
that's the
And we're
plan.
18 years away from anything. So
Yeah. And one of the reasons
I'm a huge on trades to answer your question.
yeah, no, that's
You're
good.
huge on getting a college experience, but your college experience is much different than my college experience was.
Of course, but I think
yours was
both were
social and party,
valuable.
and mine was.
I worked my ass off. I
Books.
did great in college.
I didn't say you did that,
And
but
I went
that's
to a
not
hard school.
But I have never talked to you one time, and I said, "How was your college experience?" And you said, "I did good grades. I did awesome. I
did,
learned a
though.
lot." You did, but that's not what you say about college.
No, I do believe it is the life experience.
The
for
party
sure.
experience.
I mean, you can call it party experience. It's just like making friends, paying your own bills, learning responsibility, getting yourself to your own classes.
You were like a landlord, weren't you?
I mean, I had to
Or
collect
you were the
rent
rent collector?
Yeah, I had to collect rent from all my roommates, which was harder than what our landlord was doing. All he had to say is, your money needs to be here.
Did your parents sign for that place? Did you sign for that place?
No, I did.
Oh, that's
I did.
nice.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you learn,
I'm only giving you a hard time because I love you.
do. But there was this article that was talking about, there used to be this rally cry in America, like college for all, and even people who were coming from other areas, like they wanted to be able to provide, for your education and change the way that you were able to support somebody going to a school. And they're like, that's kind of shifting. I mean, I don't know to what, but it's just the world is changing. The experience you can even get online. I was just talking to someone the other day and they were like, oh, my husband's starting his own business in SEO. He's completely self-taught. Now, whether or not that's successful, who knows, but
Right.
But it's like this person had a full-time job and was able to take on initiative outside of work to try to build something and gain clients and collect, contracting.
There needs to be like a college that's not a college where you just kind of go and it's like you got housing, you got like a cafeteria, and it's like you can work and you can kind of take maybe there are some like courses or classes that you can take, but it's not like there's no degree available, right? So it's like there's like no pressure for that. It's just kind of like hang out, have a good time.
I would go.
I know you I know you would go. In your notes, you had put a couple of things. So you talked about an airplane crashing. You talked about cores, and then you had a random thing on crypto, which was interesting because you don't typically bring these things up.
Wow.
Did you go to Google and just be like, be like interesting things that have happened in the last week?
Yeah, I was Googling the news. What else was I supposed to do this morning?
That's hilarious.
Business news. What's going on?
Well, typically when I build my list, it's because of the things that I've naturally read over the course of the week.
No,
And
my
you
found these
were
this
you were
morning.
just like,
I was like,
I
that's
need
interesting.
ideas.
To be honest, there's 1,000 political articles, and
It's
these
so-
were
gosh.
like the two that weren't associated to anything going on.
Yeah, everything is very much politically inundated right now. Yeah,
It's intense.
it is hard to get away from it.
Well, it's impossible because even if you go on social media, everyone's saying something about it.
I know,
And I'm not saying that I want to be this ignorant person that's like, don't talk about it, don't read about it. It's like, we're informed.
Don't you always know the people who are relatively new to social and they feel like they can just say whatever they want, and then all of a sudden their friends start unfollowing. They're like,
I
hey,
don't think that means that they're new. And I think
Oh,
there's
no.
so many
I
people
know
in this
people who are
world
new.
right now that are just like, I don't
well,
care.
for me, I got a lot
if
of
you
people who've come out of
unfollow
the
me.
military, and I think
Or-
they've been radio silent on social.
Right.
And now they're just kind of like, I'm going to get on social and I'm going to say these things. And you're like, hey, bro, social's not.
You're like, that's
Look,
intense.
show me your dinner. Show me some cheers and glasses.
Yeah, give me your dogs and kids.
Yeah, give me
Where
your
are
dogs,
you
give me
traveling?
your kids.
Tell me what your favorite place was you went to last
I need to do a hard reset on my feed.
Well, and then that's the thing. People are that it's now we're on to social, but it's like people will have the conversation of unfollowing people. Like I'm
Yeah.
going to unfollow somebody else because I don't agree with their thoughts, which is fine. Go and unfollow whoever the heck you want. But then they post about it. In the next 24 hours, I'm cleaning out my feed. If you've been unfollowed, no, I don't agree with you. You know, what you're saying, or I don't want to see your stuff. And it's like, get out of here.
Well, first of all, the unfollow doesn't mean you're not friends. No one knows if you've unfollowed them. Like you don't want to see their posts, but
Well,
you can
maybe
remain
it's
friends.
an unfriend. I don't know.
Yeah, I unfriended a bunch of people once. I was trying to clean up, and I did have a guy that I went to high school with. He was in my church, and
Did
he's
he
like,
ask?
"Oh no," he was like, "Bro, you unfollowed me," and I was like, "How did you know that?"
Well, he must have followed you.
Yeah,
All of a sudden, you drop off his feed. Why was he stalking your ass?
right. And it was like because it turns back to add his friend, you know.
Yeah. Maybe you were a suggestion for him, and he was like, I could have sworn I was friends with that
Right,
person.
exactly. That's insane.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm really curious about
well,
this random news post that you brought in about cryptocurrency. I haven't even heard of Bybit before.
Yeah, there's a cryptocurrency called Bybit, and they experienced the largest cryptocurrency fraud to date. There was $1.5 billion stolen by North Korean hackers.
Okay, well, but people, I mean, where'd they steal it from? A person?
That's the thing. I don't know. And
I mean,
was
it's just
gonna
such a
say to
large
you,
amount
so
of
I
money.
don't-
If it was
I
like
don't
Bitcoin,
know.
it'd be like, wow, that's insane. But
Well, and that's the thing. I don't even understand. It's like, is crypto even really a thing anymore? Like the blockchain and crypto.
I certainly hope it is.
Really? It's so interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it doesn't exist. It exists. Like there
Because
is
we
the
have
world
friends who
out there.
built these things, and we
No, of course.
invested with them. So I'm hoping that you know.
But you know, for how long it's been around and how much it's been adopted in different areas, like it just doesn't feel like it's taken off.
Well, Bitcoin hit over $100,000 a couple weeks ago.
See, this is why I talk to you
It
about
is
these
down,
things so you can
and
inform
now it's
me.
been down to like 85,000.
Why is it down?
It's just like a market, just like anything else. It's going to go up and down. People are playing the
Mm.
spread.
Oh, don't yawn. I can't fill the space.
No, you're giving me yawn vibes, like total yawn vibes, man.
No.
It's interesting because
I brought good news to the table.
you really did a bunch of random stuff that I appreciate because it allows us to laugh and have a good time. You know, someone said something to me the other day, and they're like, you know what? I love your podcast. It's like it's an amazing time capsule into who you are as people at that point in time. And I was like, you know what? After a couple of years of this, it'll be interesting to see, you know, what we might be talking about totally different things. We might be more business. We might be more fun. Who knows? But we just don't really care, really, right now. So.
He just wants me to leave the house, so he's keeping it going. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, yeah, I need you here. You're my bestie.
You're my best friend. You're a real bad bitch.
Oh my gosh. Is that the third song she's
Wait,
busted
I'm
out today?
so upset my hood wasn't up for that.
Do you want to redo it?
No.
Now the song's in my head.
Oh, I tell you what, it'll be there.
Oh my gosh. So we're really excited here. We actually extended 2 offers last week, and both individuals accepted. We have a head of software sales starting on Monday. And, you know, one of the things we talked about, oh my gosh, if you keep yawning, I swear.
No, I'm actually really excited about them coming on board. One of them, well, I interviewed a couple of people, and there's some really awful candidates out there, but let's not take away from how good some of the candidates were.
Yeah, there's some great candidates, and you know, we're just happy to have them, you know, on the team and bring them on board. And you know, in one hand, I'm sitting there, I'm like, you know, Maria's life's going to change because now I have someone focused on sales, and I'm gonna be like, Maria's your go-to, you know, and so now she's going to have someone who's been like, you know, creating things and
Right,
pushing
I need
things
this.
out, and you know, putting together some more
That's what
strategy
marketing
and
is
stuff and
supposed to
everything
be,
else. So it's all going to
know?
happen. What are you doing?
Just getting some volume on it. Oh, it's on.
Yes, it's on.
Okay.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. You just witnessed mom mode just kicked in just now.
Yeah, she was moving. I wanted to make sure she wasn't crying and we couldn't hear her.
Well, let me tell you a little secret here. You see
Oh,
that
yeah, yeah,
right
it
there?
tells you. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
If
yeah,
it's
yeah.
off, there's a red X there.
Got it.
Yeah. And so we've talked many times about like when's the right time to bring team members on and grow your company. And there's people have numbers. They're like, for every $200,000 of revenue, you can bring one person on. And I'm like, that's different industries because like construction and stuff, like they have bigger numbers to go
Yeah, we were
off
talking
of.
about that the other day. Like once you start to look
Yeah.
in the millions, it's like, what?
And then Bill down the street, who we're buying his business, he goes, I try not to get my overhead to be above 35%. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense for his business. But like for software, when we're all like, we're all people, like we're way over 35. You know, we might be like 120% actually.
I'm 37.
You're 37%.
No, years old.
Oh my
Okay, that I
gosh.
was fucking with you. I 100% did that intentionally.
Oh
just like
my
Forrest.
gosh.
I'm honest. I did. I did. It was funny.
Okay. You were so serious there. And it was like, I thought we were having a Legally Blonde moment here.
No,
Okay.
but I knew I'd get that reaction out of
Anyway, so we brought on, but there's also a lot of, although now you
you.
have to,
Everyone knows how old I
oh
am.
my God, I should just pack up and go home. There's not only costs associated with bringing someone on board, and you have salary, then you have benefit, then you have taxes, and all these extra burdens
Yeah,
on
no, it
there.
really does add up.
Then you have computers and subscriptions
I
and
don't know
everything
if
else.
We talked
And
about
so,
state taxes. It's like it really does depend on the different states.
yeah, we're in different states. So that's
If you're
good.
hiring remote, Florida is not bad at all
No, not bad
for
at all.
having a corporate business.
But it was funny because I think it was Megan in the office, and she said, "Are you excited? You know, because we're bringing on, you know, the two people excited." I go, and I think I actually said something like, I'm excited, but I'm also like
They better pay for
scared
themselves.
shitless.
Yeah.
You know, it's like because all that stuff goes on. I don't think a lot of people realize sometimes when entrepreneurs are making some of these decisions, like you're literally sitting there and you're going, I know we need this. We got to do it. You know, and it's like this constant risk bubble that we're clashing into.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
That's how you
and-
grow.
Yeah, it's how you grow. So we're taking the risk anyway. So might be eating ramen, you know, next month.
No
but,
ramen.
I'm not allowed to eat ramen anymore.
We need to be healthy.
Gotta reduce my sodium.
Yeah. No, we're just trying to do like high fat.
And then on
high
top of that, we've had a great week. We ironed out all the deal agreements, all the deal points, and got everything ready for signature.
Well, and we went
for
and
our
saw some other
expansion.
buildings. It's like just we want to expand, but there's
That's
always
the other
the
thing. Like,
opportunity
you know,
to have
in the realtor
back
space,
burner.
yeah, like it's so crazy because like there's individuals, and they'll be like, "Hey, I got a deal. I got this deal. It's coming. It's as good as done."
Mm-hmm.
And then you're waiting for it, and like never materializes. Now, where that is super impactful is that what we were told last Friday was, "Hey, I just got a full offer to lease out this entire 18,000 square feet, and I'm expecting it today." And so what that made us do was go, okay, so we can buy the business, but now we're going to have to go find the place to move the business to and relocate, which adds another complexity for us altogether. And so you and I, or me, I started scouting over the weekend, and I'm like trying to find places. I even found a place.
Well, give me some credit. I'm the one who spearheaded the conversation of saying like, hey, if there's a deal on the table, like, you know, business is business, let them take it. And we need to start looking. Like we had looked at buildings before. There's going to be buildings after.
There will never be a time where we're never trying to not
Right.
expand. I mean, well, maybe at one point there will be, but no, I don't see that anytime coming until we have like 100,000 square foot, like mega warehouse.
Mega big office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, it'll be exciting. Anyway, so that deal's done. We're going through the SBA loan process, and they told us 60 days. When I first talked to them, they said, "Yeah, we can get this done in 60 days." And what they meant by 60 days, so anyone who's going out for a 60-day or for an SBA loan, is that the clock doesn't start until all the paperwork that you want is in. And even when I got all the paper they told me to get in, they asked me for 5 more things. And so I was
It's like
okay.
60 days from when they ask you for 100 things and you actually are able to deliver them.
Yeah. And that makes sense. But I was kind of under the impression that the 60
Right.
days was,
Everyone's
give me this
expectations
list.
were a little different.
I gave you most of the list relatively quickly.
Yeah.
And then was waiting on some financials and some other things and some taxes to be completed and such.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited because we know we're moving forward.
Yeah. Next week we can update everybody. We'll see what.
We'll see if we actually put our signatures on the paper.
Let's see.
That'll happen Monday if it happens because
roll.
supposedly they're going to be bringing offers in over the weekend for the building.
Bringing
So,
off. Oh,
the realtor is the original
okay.
realtor.
Cool.
So based off of that,
Have
then
at
we'll
it.
make a decision. We're like, yeah, I'm just like, yeah, it's not going to happen. And if it does, we'll pivot.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
So, and we've already found a backup, and we're going to go. I'm actually meeting the owner tomorrow, by the way.
Oh, you
of
are?
the backup.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can't come.
And I don't even know if I told you this. I already sent him my offers for the backup.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's par for the course. You just move along with things, and then I get informed.
Well,
I get informed when it matters. That's okay.
yeah, well, it's kind of weird because, when you're here, and you're slacking and stuff, then
He means slacking via the chat channel, not
yeah.
slacking
Not
off.
not
What
slacking
an
off.
interesting name now that you've said it in that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like as if it's a platform to slack off.
Hey, are you slacking?
Yeah.
I'd be like, hell yeah, I'm slacking.
Yeah. I'll see
Hell
you on
to the
Slack.
yeah.
Slack is such a good tool.
I love Slack.
Mm-hmm.
We're building that for our clients. We're all, we have that in multiple platform software.
Very nice. Okay.
There's a couple things. One is this podcast is all over the place with no purpose and anything. So I'm just going to throw out there that my feed is filled with nothing but boats for the summer. Like
Nice.
people,
Let's do
people wakeboarding, people laying out by the water and everything like that.
Boats and babies.
Me and my brother are literally texting boat videos back and forth.
That's
and
why
really
it
cool
keeps
things.
filling up.
He just got a brand new boat. It takes delivery in like a week or two. I actually thought he had it delivered. It was just like the dealer sending him a picture.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I sent him this little, you know how like you throw the rope on the back of the boat when we're surfing?
Yeah.
So there's this big arm that kind of goes off the boat and then you can kind of let go and it kind of swings off to the side. And I was like, bro, we totally need this. And he's like, bro, $2,000.
No.
Yes.
What?
For the arm.
That's insane.
Just for a rope. He's like, for $2,000, you can throw me the
See,
rope.
I'm telling you what, the people who make boat parts, the people who make baby parts, like they knew what they were doing.
No, well, babies, yes. But boats? No.
No.
I mean, because it's like there's not that many people.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like you have entered in shaking mode.
I am shaking.
My Lord.
Okay, thanks everyone.
No, well, we're not even done
Yeah,
yet.
we are done. We're
I
done.
have like 5 more things.
What are you talking about?
All right,
They're not on the
We're going to
list.
talk about it next time because I can't handle this. So
We're at 41 minutes. That's the time we always cut.
no, it's okay. We'll leave.
Sorry,
it.
everyone.
Hopefully,
love you
we'll
and
actually
leave
be productive next week.
Yeah, we will. No, you talked about some really good topics.
Okay. Thank you all. Help me, Lord.